been a really slow and frustrating last 24 hours. Really light wind in between two depressions, but really nice sailing right now. Still pretty light. We have a lot of sail up, got a code 0 up. It was warm today, but it's cooling right back off right now. And yeah, we got birds around everywhere. Really beautiful sailing right now. It's just slow and we're losing miles, but really beautiful sailing here on Wednesday night. Yeah, birds everywhere and a stunning sunset. It's amazing. I'm supposed to be in like 12 knots of wind right now, but we're in 2 or 3 knots of wind. And the seas are still lumpy because we're in the Southern Ocean, and the seas are always lumpy because there's always swell from every direction. So hopefully we get past this cloud and we get breeze again. So hopefully this is short-lived, but a little bit unexpected. I knew it might be weird here. I knew it might be weird here though, because the models were not agreeing at all. There was a lot of difference in the weather models. And so we knew it could be kind of fluky through here. And sure enough, all the weather models and the satellite images that show the wind, everything's off. So I think this is quite localized. I think it's just this cloud. Not really sure exactly why the wind is shut off right now. But yeah, so the breeze has totally died. There's still swell, so we're doing like almost nothing for boat speed. So just trying to get through this as quick as we can and just keep the boat moving. Hopefully get back into some breeze soon. And as you can tell, I'm not even wearing a lot of clothes. It's not cold at all right now. It's also very, very warm. So we are getting near this warm front, which is going to be the northerly, that's going to come through here starting in about a day. So big transition in the weather right now, and just trying to have some patience and get through it. That's all I can do. You can see when you're right here at the nav table, you know, you've got the seat here, and you got the desk, you got your instruments, your radar, your radio, all that kind of stuff. And you've got the desk where I do some computer work, but I actually usually do my computer work in the bunk. It's more secure usually, more comfy. But you can see right up, you can see the mast and you can see the mainsail. So you can look at your trim, you can look at your sail right there, and you can look forward and you can see the jib. So we're working our way through another low pressure right now, and it's kind of a little bit different than the other ones because of the location of a high to the northeast. The wind is a lot more northerly than northwesterly, like with the other low pressures. And right now the wind is actually lighter than forecasts, so I'm actually hesitant to put up more sail because I think it's just going to build. But I should have had more sail up for the last 4 hours. It's kind of like, it's almost as if the low has maybe stalled out a bit because of the ridge to the east. I think that might be good for us though, because it's slowing down some of the boats that we're chasing. Or the boat that we're chasing right now. Had a pretty bumpy night. But again, it's a little bit calmer than I expected right now. And see what the rest of the day brings. We should get the actual front, and it should come with some rain and then a wind shift. But good sailing right now. We had a good night. We were doing 10 knots all night. We're doing 9 right now because we're a little bit depowered, but a little bit underpowered. Like I said, we should have more sail up, but I think the wind is going to build like any minute, and we'll have the right amount of sail up. So it's kind of hard to make the decision of how hard do you push versus how much do you kind of conserve the boat and be conservative and throttle back. So Saturday morning right now. I believe it's Saturday morning. Maybe it's Friday morning. Saturday night right now, late on Saturday night, and it's super windy, super bumpy, and we've been going fast all night, but we're going through this like fourth depression, I think, and it was a lot more northerly on the front of the depression, so we ended up losing some ground to the south. So I had to crack off just to make the sea state more tolerable, and but it's been a challenging night, and I'm looking forward to getting to the backside of this and going downwind and checking the boat over and just making sure everything's good. But this was a challenging, bumpy last 36 hours of sailing. So really the last 24 hours have been really, really full on. So, and you might be able to hear, but that the rudder bearing is squeaking quite a bit right now again. I'm a little bit less worried than I was before. Just because we're very loaded up when we're rocked up on a wave in a puff and we have to come down, then the rudder bearing gets loaded up and it makes a big squeak, and I'll go back there and try to put some more water through it, and try not to pour too many lubricants through it though, because that can actually clog it up. It's really meant for water to lubricate it, not other stuff. So kind of at the very end of this front right now. We'll be on the back side of this pretty soon. So just a really, really windy, challenging, bumpy, rolly night of sailing. So, but we are making good miles on the competition, but also trying to just be conservative and keep the boat in one piece and not push the boat too terribly hard. But really a challenging couple days of sailing. Indian Ocean, Southern Indian Ocean's no joke. Sunday morning, incredibly frustrating. This is the light spot between the northwesterly and the southwesterly. And if you look at the weather files and you look at the grids, you'll see that light spot in between the two wind lines. And we're in that light spot right now. This is pretty much the only direction I can sail right now. Starboard jibe. I can't go low. I mean, I'm very restricted on which directions I can actually sail right now. So this is extremely frustrating, but it's part of it. And so I just got to get through this and be patient and try to keep the boat from, like right now, it's more important to actually just preserve the boat than it is to try to go the right direction. So I'm trying to go the lesser of two evils as far as which direction I'm heading, but just trying to keep things from slamming around too much and hurting the boat. So I've got to like steer up. I can't go low. So this is the worst kind of sailing you can possibly do, to try to go downwind and light wind with big waves. And so really, really frustrating, challenging sailing. But wind should fill in a matter of hours, and then this is all part of it. So